Good morning, traders. Welcome to this live currency strength indicator table video with me, John, on this Tuesday, the 8th of August. So, as you can probably hear, still pretty ill. So I won't take too much of your time. But we do have a full board today, looking at the currency strength indicator tables. We have lots to potentially discuss. Some things that we talked about yesterday have happened as well, especially with that US dollar strength. And one of those charts we discussed yesterday was Euro Aussie. So I'm going to start on Euro Aussie because I'm already here. I was just discussing with Charles this morning some of the opportunities that could be around, and I like the breakout here on Euro Aussie. It's trading through that one spot 67.50 handle. Got that consolidation as well, and then a breakout, which is a nice thing to see. Going down into the 4-hour time frame, you can see a nice strong breakout in there. Just had a fib on there looking at potential pullback opportunities. I quite like the pullback to the pattern that we've got here. So you can argue that we've had this kind of triangle pattern where we've got the market making a base at these highs. We're getting those higher lows. Breakout to the upside was in here, and now it's extending higher. Now if I go to the hourly time frame, you can see that that breakout occurred with one spot 67.80 being that sort of area there. So I wouldn't actually mind seeing price maybe come back into this high in here, find some support, and then continue with our upward trend. Now, one caveat I do have to that is, where does this daily candlestick close and finish? I think if it closed something like that, if we're looking at the ATR saying 161, we've already done 133 today, so that means that we're very close to the ATR highs now, and that could mean that the market has already done its move for today. So if it has, could we then maybe see that close like that and then look for the pullback play going into tomorrow morning, perhaps into that hourly level of support? Now, another market we liked was the Aussie pairs. Obviously, yesterday we discussed this breakout opportunity in here. So if you did manage to take that breakout opportunity, you'd be around about 40 to 50 pips up at the moment, and that could obviously continue down to targets, which is that 0 spot 65, very close to those targets, about 10 pips away for the first targets. Second targets being the 60.30.80 and the 0 spot 63. So coming to up to first targets. One thing that we did want to see was a break back below this 50 moving average. We got that. We even had to kind of overnight a little bit of a sort of a consolidation before a breakout in the early hours. So yeah, that's a nice move to the downside. To try and catch this move now may be a little bit difficult, to be honest. You're going to be having to go to your lower time frames. Maybe, you got trend line resistance through here. You got previous structure points. Maybe look for that lower high if you did want to try and take advantage of that. But the hourly for me needs a bit of work, needs a bit of a pullback. That being said, another Aussie chart of interest I really like is Aussie Swiss. Daily time frame working within this bearish channel. We are approaching channel support. Obviously that has been used as support in the past, so we've got to be a little bit careful here. However, I like the opportunity for the weekly to trade down, perhaps to the 0 spot 55 handle. Now if we go down to our hourly time frame, again you can see we've had that consolidation, break back below the 50 EMA and pullback. I'm actually eyeing up this potential 38.2 pullback because it's 0 spot 57.20. Let me just zoom in there slightly. You got the prior sort of lows in there from that little pause, and you've also got these lows over here. So there's kind of multiple confluences at the 38 spot 2 handle. So that's something I'm just keeping my eye on at the moment. So I'll probably set alerts on this one because obviously we do find aggressive support down here at the channel. Then I don't really want to be getting short there on a limit order. So especially in these current market conditions as well, limit orders can be a little bit scary during these periods of the high volatility. So I'm going to set an alert 38.2 here, see if I get some kind of pullback. You can even look at maybe a retest of the trend line support as resistance. Another market then, so sticking to sort of Euro Aussie, we've already taken a look at. That looks pretty good. Yesterday we featured Euro CAD. and we identified the 38.2 fib as an area of interest, or even the 146.50. That has now obviously changed. Price has continued to move on here, so looking for ulterior or alternative entries on this market. If we go down to the hourly time frame, to find that entry at the moment may be a little bit difficult, but you can see this kind of consolidation in here. So I'm actually looking to see if we can pull back into the 147.80. 50 moving average on the hourlies here as well. You can see it reacts quite nicely to the 50. So if we get that kind of pullback in there, 50 moving average retest, quite like the opportunity to be long Euro CAD. Obviously, we discussed yesterday 2 targets, one being the 148.50, the second being the 1.5050. So just because my throat is starting to go here, we've talked about Aussie Swiss being a potential pullback, Aussie US dollar, there could be some potential there. Euro Oz as well. The only one we didn't really discuss was Kiwi dollar. I still quite like Kiwi dollar downside as well. I'm just moving my fib along with price at the moment though, so it keeps creating a new low, so keeping to kind of having to move this. But again, quite like the 38.2 pullback here, 0.607 prior lows there, prior lows over here, the consolidation pattern as well. So 38.2 I'm kind of keeping my eye on as well. So I'm going to set another alert on this market, see if we can get that pullback. Now you can obviously look for limit orders, there's no harm in doing that. It's just that in these type of market conditions, if we do get that heightened volatility, low volume, and price does reverse, it could spike through, kind of head for these highs, and then continue on its way down. At that point, we could potentially be out of that market, which is something I don't want to happen to us. So I'm going to set alerts at the 38.2, maybe even the 61.8 as well, and I'll see how price reacts if it does pull back to those areas. If it gives us an entry criteria, then I can look for that market to potentially continue lower. Hopefully that all made sense, and I'll leave it there. Thanks for sticking with me, and I'll speak to you in the next video.